this has been such a strange kind of season with victories in Europe and then disappointing defeats and some harsh comments. What are your views on this game and whether it would mask what's happened over the last few months or whether it would give you a new future?
A new future for me, I think, is not the case, but it's going to help us to finish the season. People will look at our team in a different way because winning a European title is really important. But again, nothing is going to change our season. Players know, everybody knows, the staff knows, the fans knows. But winning European title can help us to have that feeling that can help us to build the future.
We talk about the Europa League, and the Europa League is everything that is in our minds because we play the final tomorrow, and we can be successful in the Europa League in this competition. Obviously, we know in the Premier League we haven't been as good as we want, and all the other cups the same, because our aim is always to get into the end of the competitions and win the trophies. Obviously, as you said, I'm not here thinking that I'm going to be one of the captains lifting the European trophy. Obviously, it's a very good feeling. I'm very proud of it. But at the same time, for me, the main thing is that our team gets to bring the trophy back to Manchester, because everyone will have the time to lift the trophy one at a time or whatever. The main thing is that the red shirts lifting that trophy.
We'll take one over
there. Viaplay Norway. Question for the player and the manager. Tottenham, they have rested players into this game. Your build-up has been to play the best players to the best team. What kind of advantage do you feel you will get into this game by that build-up, that preparation for the game?
The advantage I don't know is you have to see the context. I don't know the context of Tottenham. What I know is that we had the last game against Bilbao, we had that game, and then we rest some players because of we were afraid of some injuries, and then we had a full week to prepare the game. And I felt with 5 days to the final, the best thing to prepare the final is to give time to the players to play. So I cannot respond from the side of Tottenham, but for me it was really clear. We need to compete. The best way to prepare something is to compete, and I had that feeling, and I pushed the players against West Ham in the end of the game, and I felt that against Chelsea we should show something, and to prove that when we are focused, when we play our game, we can control any game in any place. So it was a good day to compete, to prepare the final. That was the idea.
We want to be at the top of everything, not only the Europa League, not only the Premier League. We want to be at the top of the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, everything we are involved. This club needs to be fighting for everything we have ahead of us. Obviously, knowing that it's not always possible to be in the finals, it's not always possible to be winning trophies, but our aim and our goal has to be always to be until the end of the competitions, fighting for the possibility of winning trophies, and that's what we want. Tomorrow we have a big chance in a competition where our aim since the beginning of the season was being in Bilbao on the final, and everything we have to focus is that we have a big game, a big final, and a big opportunity to get a silver there.
Question for Harry. Winning 3 trophies in 3 seasons would be a great achievement, but I think one of the things that frustrates the United fans is that this team seem to have the capability to turn into performance in these big finals and big matches, but not week in, week out. Is that a frustration that's shared in the dressing room, and how would you solve that moving forward?
Yeah, of course it's a frustration. I think when you play for this club, you want to win every football match, and this season we've been far too inconsistent. We haven't won enough in the Premier League. It's not been good enough. We know that. The Europa League has been different. We've performed at a high level, and we have proven again this season that we can beat anybody. So, no, I'm sure next season we will improve an awful amount, a full pre-season, and as players we are looking forward to that. But we've got a big game tomorrow night, and that's first and foremost, and it's a special night, it's a special occasion, and we've prepared well the last few days, and it's one that we're looking forward to.
Another question for Harry. My name is Omar Katuba, omarsports.com. How does it feel like to be performing and earning the plaudits of Manchester United fans once again after a very toxic beginning?
No, it's amazing to be back in the team and playing regularly. Yeah, this season I've played a lot of football. But yeah, I think I don't take too much notice of the plaudits from the media and things like that. I think when you play for this club, you can be an amazing player, and the following week you can be the villain. So that's part and parcel of playing for this club. I don't read too much into it. I try and stay as level as I can, and just every game I go into it and try and do my best, and that's only what you can do.
Harry, in recent games, we've seen some really inspirational moves from you. I mean, your dribbles on the wing, your runs against Athletic Bilbao, for example. Is that some new part of tactical system, or is that your pure courage, inspiration, or something like that? Thanks.
The manager has me dribbling every day in training up and down the wing. No, listen, I found myself on the wing against Bilbao, managed to put a good cross in, and Casa scored the goal. But no, someone just asked me before that. Obviously, I've gone up front in the later minutes of the game. Tomorrow night, hopefully, I'm not going up front. I don't want to be going up front and chasing a game. I want to be defending a lead from my position in defence. So, no, I'm always there to help. I'm always there to do my best. But like I said, I'm more than happy playing in my favourite position.
Hi, Rúben. Ange Postecoglou has just been in here answering questions about whether he might still be in his job, whatever the result tomorrow. Are you sort of surprised, grateful that you don't seem to be under the same kind of pressure, despite the fact that your team has a similar record to Spurs?
Who told you this? Not he is.
He wants my job. He'll be a very, very good coach. But he has to work on it in his mindset. He doesn't know how to deal with people. No, I don't know. I know that in this kind of club, also in Tottenham, but especially Manchester United, is strange because you have some coaches that loses some games and they are sacked. It's hard to explain. I think people see what we are trying to do. I think people see that sometimes I'm thinking more in the club than in myself. People understand, especially the board, understand that we had a lot of issues that in the context is really hard. So I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain how the fans like me in this moment. So it's hard to explain. I will try to prove myself to the fans, to the board, but I don't have an explanation for you. But again, I think is a good thing for me. I'm never worry about that. That is a part of being a coach. And the most important thing, I know what I'm doing. And I explain everything again before. When we start, I explained about the storm. I explained all the problems that we have to the board. So I was so clear. I explained that I will not change my idea. So they know they cannot say one thing that I said to get the job and then I changed my mind. Was the opposite. I think the board can understand that. The fans can understand that. But we will reach a moment that we have to win no matter what. So I don't have an explanation for that.